Hi friends, my name is Colby. I am a 5th grade teacher in Michigan, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all of the books that my 5th graders are reading. You ready? Let's go. I love making these books where I share all of the books that my students are reading. We can only make them on Wednesdays because that's just kind of the way it works out with specials and things where I can ask for their books and then give it back to them. But we've had so many snow days in this month, it just seems like it has been impossible to be able to do this. And I had a meeting last Wednesday when we finally had school, so excited to be back. All right, let's get into that. Enough of that snow day talk. One of my students is reading a giant stack of picture books. I saw her today, I'm like, man, you read a lot of picture books today. She's like, Mr. Sharp, I have been reading some really big and heavy books, and I just need a day reading picture books. I think we all can relate to that. I know exactly how she feels. So super excited to see her reading these amazing picture books. And then I'll be even more excited to see what she decides to pick up next. All right, so 100 Deadliest Things on the Planet. This 100 Deadliest Things on the Planet. There's all kinds of different books in this series. My kids love them so much. And they're just fascinated by these beautiful nonfiction books. Awesome text features. Kids love them. Burnin Squirrel, the new Burnin Squirrel came out recently, so we have a bunch of kids going back and rereading the series, and a few kids discovering it for the first time. Love that series by James Burt. A brand new graphic novel that's coming out in June, Dugout, Zombie Steals Home by Scott Morse. You may know him from the Magic Pickle graphic novels. A classroom favorite this year, Rain, Rain by Ann Martin. Kid Book Talked it, spread like wildfire. Now tons of kids have been reading it. Next up is Barbara O'Connor's Wish, a beautiful story. I met in a strategy group with the kid reading this today, and he just had some really amazing things to say about the themes he's finding in this book. Love Wish. Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus. I think we have one other kid reading it. This is actually the book club pick. We have a book club going on. Anyone can be in it, and like half the class is in it. So we meet on Wednesdays during lunch. And this has been a super fun book to discuss with my readers. Next up, Linda Mullally Hunt's Fish in a Tree. We're reading her next book, Shouting at the Rain, as our class read aloud. And some kids have picked up some of her other books. And this kid is loving this book. He's like, she's such a good writer, Mr. Sharp. Like, I know. Next up, Babysitter's Club graphic novel, the third book. This one is illustrated by Raina Telgemeier. Kids love those. Roller Girl, Newbery Honor-winning graphic novel, always popular. This series is making a comeback in the class. A Tale Dark and Grim, Adam Gidwitz's amazing trilogy. The girl reading this is like the perfect book for her. So when she decided to read it, I got so excited. I can't wait to see what she thinks. Another kid reading Babysitter's Club. Bridge to Home. This book should be on everyone's list. This book should be on all the award list, all the awards. This book has a shot at it. It's just phenomenal. I love it. Oh, Good Enough. Love this book. Really looks at eating disorders in just a really strong way. I loved it. We've had 4 or 5 kids read it. Just like what a world where these kids are being exposed to such amazing books at such a young age about really important topics. So you should read this book. It's really good. Next up, The Unwanteds by Elisa McMahon. I hadn't had any kids read this year, and I'm so excited that one of my girls picked it up and is loving it, and I know she's going to book talk the heck out of it, and it's going to become super popular. Next up is the beautiful 2019 middle grade novel by Ann Ursu, The Lost Girl. This kid is really digging it, really into it, can't stop reading it. She loves it so much. Next up is Togo, another beautiful nonfiction book that my students are reading. It's beautiful. My friend Margie Culver got this book for our class. Thanks, Margie. Wouldn't be an elementary classroom without a kid reading Wimpy Kid. And if you like graphic novels and that sort of thing, The New Kid by Jerry Craft. It's a hot 2019 graphic novel. Kids are way into it, loving it. I loved it. It's a beautiful book. I have not read The Unsung Hero of Birdsong USA by Brenda Woods, but the student reading it tells me every day that I need to read it. So I need to add it to my to-read list. Seems really great. Whew, my arms are getting tired. Milo Speck, Accidental Agent by one of my favorite authors, Linda Urban. My daughter is a student reading this book, and I'm so excited for her to book talk it and hopefully get more readers introduced to Milo. Science comic series, always a popular nonfiction graphic novel series. Kids love dinosaurs, kids love Titanic, Pearl Harbor, things that never ever aren't popular in my class. Stone Soup, if you haven't read this magazine, it's been around for a long time. I have a girl who's devouring this, really digging it, and I don't think she's read anything like it before, a magazine like this, so a periodical, so she's digging it. That's awesome. Float, another example of how a book talk can make a book spread like wildfire. A girl picked this book up at the beginning of the year and loved it, book talked it, and it's just gone from kid to kid to kid since then. Kids can't get enough of this. And lastly, finally, Penny from Heaven, one of my favorite books ever, from Jennifer Holm. The girl listening to this, reading this, is also listening to it on Audible. She's following along. She tells me every single day all the things that happen, and she's loving it. It's a great book. Let me know down in the comments below the books that your students are reading, what's popular, what's hot, what books are cannot misses. I can't wait to hear what your readers are reading. Have an awesome-tastic day. Happy reading.